Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Against the World ranking where today's contestant will be none other than Buffalo Bills running back James Cook. For those who don't know what Against the World rankings are, that's where I take James Cook and put him in the middle of a tier list, and I take every other starting running back and say if I would take them over or not over James Cook. Couple of plugs before we hop right into it today. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel, Waggle, or Prize Picks. By using my codes on G Fuel or Waggle, you'll save a discount on any of their products, and by using it at sign up on Prize Picks, you're going to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But as always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, folks, so before we actually get into the ranking, as always, we're just going to do a quick overview of James Cook's career. For those who don't know, James Cook has now been in the league for 3 full seasons, 2 of those seasons finishing with over 1,000 rushing yards. He also maintains a very good yards per carry, sticking right around 5 the previous 2 years. He can also be effective in the receiving game, logging in 44 and 32 receptions in the last 2 years, as well as a total of 6 touchdowns. He is a 2-time Pro Bowler, not that that really matters anymore. And obviously, one of the biggest headlines surrounding the guy is how last year he finished with 16 rushing touchdowns. So obviously the guy is a talented running back. He is a very good running back. But the question remains, how good is he compared to everyone else? And also, is he worth $15 million a year? I can answer that for you right now. Absolutely not. Anyway, on to the ranking. Okay, folks, so here we are at the list, and I would just like to point out that we are going to be doing a lot of running backs, but not all of them, because there's 150. So, starting off, we have James Conner. I would not take them over James Cook, but it's a lot closer than I think a lot of people are thinking. James Conner is still an extremely productive running back. He's also extremely productive when it comes to catching the ball if he needs to. It's just one of these guys is 25 years old, entering the prime of his career, and the other guy is 29, most likely entering the decline of his career very soon. Moving on, we have Bijan Robinson. I would absolutely take him over James Cook. He is arguably my favorite running back, and I think the best running back in the league right now. Bijan Robinson is a $15 million running back. James Cook is good. He ain't that good. Now moving on, we have Derrick Henry, and I get it. This is going to contradict what I said about James Cook and him being, on the possible decline of his career, considering Derrick Henry is 31, and I would still take him over James Cook. But we're also talking about one of the greatest running backs of all time. Derrick Henry, his statistics, like you can argue with the wall, man. If he's not one of the greatest of all time, he will go down as one of the greatest of our lifetime or our generation. The thing that's fucked up about Henry too is he is literally not showing any signs of slowing down. He almost averaged 6 yards a carry this year. So sorry, James Conner, but you're just not Derrick Henry. Now we've got Tyler Alligator. No. Ray Davis. No. Now we've got, Chuba Hubbard. Do I actually have to talk about this guy? Like, for real, do I actually have to give a real opinion on him? Chuba Hubbard has proved me wrong, okay? I gave this guy so much shit. And then this year he was legitimately good, and I was just too afraid to ever admit it, just mainly because I thought it was a bit. But if I have to be dead ass, the guy's a good running back, but I would have no reason to take him over James Cook. You know what I mean? They're virtually very similar. However, I will give James Cook the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the passing game. Chuba might have more receptions than James Cook, but Chuba also normally catches a pass for about 4 yards. Cook, even though he does have some slippery fingers from time to time, he can make a big play. And now we've got DeAndre Swift. Not even close. He's literally terrible. Okay, terrible's not the right word to describe D Swift, but not good would be the correct terminology. Like, I don't know the best way to describe him. He's as good as his O-line makes him. Like, that is it. That'll bring us to Chase Brown. No. Good running back? Yes. Better than James Cook? Not in my eyes. Also, I think part of the reason he looks so good is because the Bengals were trying to convince themselves that Zach Moss was their starting running back for the first fucking 5 or 6 games. Still not sure what the thought process was there. I could have told you firsthand he was terrible. Actually, I think I did. Rico Dowdle. No, but very close. I'm a big Rico fan, dude. Now he's on the Panthers, and if Jonathan Brooks ends up being decent, they're gonna have a really, really good running back room. Moving on, we have Nicholas Jamal Chubb. Oh, God. Even with the video I just saw of you squatting 500 pounds, at this stage, I cannot take you over James Cook. At this stage, I can't take you over much of anybody. Would I love Nick Chubb to be good again? Oh, absolutely. But I'm not sure his body is going to allow him to be that good again, dude. He has had 2 fucking horrible injuries back to back. Javonte Williams. No, that guy might actually be the worst running back I've ever seen. He is terrible. Good move, Dallas. was that? Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm taking him over James Cook. He is right up there with Bijan. Like I said, when Saquon and Derrick Henry decide to finally calm down, these two will run the league. David Montgomery, no. I think David Montgomery's good, but I see him very, very similar to Tyler Algier. Probably could be a number 1 somewhere, but they serve a lot better as a number 2. Josh Jacobs. Fucking A, man. You asked me a year ago, I would have dumped this guy in the mud, but I think I have to take him over Cook. He was really good this year, man. What do you have, like 14, 15 touchdowns, 1,300 yards? Like, I was not expecting him to be good at all. I honestly thought he was on the downslope of his career when he left Vegas. Joe Mixon. No. I don't know how to describe how I feel about Joe Mixon. Like, I think he's good, but he looks so slow when he plays to me. He's also not the most productive running back either, but he can score touchdowns. And I think it is honorable to see where he's at and where Delvin Cook is at right now because they were both drafted in the same class. Jonathan Taylor. Absolutely. I view him, like I said, still a top 5, arguably, running back in the league. I think he is very slept on. I think people like to really overlook him. Dude, this guy is the perfect definition of speed and power. Like, not only can he move, but he can put a defender on their ass. He had a massive bounce back last year, and I'm expecting him to even do better this year. Now moving on, we have Travis Etienne. No, he sucks. He is legitimately fucking horrible. 2022, he was decently good. 2023, he showed who he really was. Then last year, he lost his job. And that'll also bring us to Tank Bigsby. I wouldn't take him over James Cook, but I'd sure as hell take him over Etienne. Kareem Hunt, not taking him over Cook. This guy has actually been really unproductive for like the last 3 years he's played. Sure, he's got power to get you in the end zone, but what is 3 yards a carry gonna get you when you're not in the end zone? Isaiah Pikachu. No, and I know he was recently injured too, but he didn't play that good this year at all. Really hope they give him the number 1 rollback. I don't want to see him split again. Alexander Madison. Okay, I know I've said this like 3 times throughout this video, but I genuinely mean it. This is, without a doubt, the worst NFL running back I have watched in my life. It does not get worse than Alexander Madison. The guy is slow. The guy is dumb. The guy is scared to get hit. There is nothing beneficial about having him out there. J.K. Dobbins, not taking him over Cook, but he's a decent running back when healthy. Kyron Williams. Yeah, I think I'd have to. He's really fucking good, man. I was so scared because I thought his punt returning was going to play into his running role this year. It didn't. He's like Jonathan Taylor, too. He's a powerful runner. Now we've got Devon Achane. Oh, this one's really close too. I was a little disappointed with him this year as to what he put up from the running game, but he also had 600 receiving yards and like 6 touchdowns. He's good, but I think I'd like to see 1 more year before I take him over Cookie. Keep in mind, I also want to throw out that I think every Dolphin underperformed this year, besides Mike McDaniel. He was his normal standard. Gonna throw another shot. You guys will not be good as long as he's your coach, man. I fucking love that you kept him. Can't wait for him to get up after taking another 10 losses next season and go, well, at least I have cool shoes and drip. Oh, he's a dumbass. Aaron Jones. Oh, close, but I think I would take James by a hair. It's age, dude. He's still good, but he ain't no Derrick Henry, and he is getting old as shit. Ramondre Stevenson. I don't think anybody's talked about this guy in 3 years. It's sad. Alvin Kamara. Ooh, that's a close one, too. Don't think I would take him over James Cook right now, but Alvin Kamara, honestly, he might be one of the most consistent players that we will ever watch. Dude, he's the same guy every single year, and I mean that in a positive way. He is the same guy. Tyrone Tracy, no, but close. Big fan of him, and I think he's gonna have a pretty good career there in New York. Now moving on, we have Breece Hall, who, no, I wouldn't take him over James Cook, and the thing I want to say about him, I just called him overrated in a video, because I think he is overrated. I think he is good, but I think the way he is described at is the same exact way DeAndre Swift was described when he was on the Lions. Now, I think Breece is much better than D Swift, but it's how their fans talk about him year in and year out with the expectation that he's just gonna go absolutely ballistic and nuclear, and it's just not ever gonna happen because he's not that good. I think he's gonna be like a prime Austin Eckler, or a Alvin Kamara is another good example. And our final stretch of running backs here, starting off, we have Saquon Barkley. Well over James Cook. Well over probably anybody in the league after the year he just had. Najee Harris. Worse than Delvin Cook, and I actually have kind of a sad story about him. And not about him, but about a card I have of him. So I have a PSA 10 Disco rookie of him. And I brought it to a card shop. You know what they told me they'd give me for it? Nothing. They literally said, we're not interested. Like, damn, man. That's how little people care about Najee. Moving on, is that Trey Benson? I don't know who this this guy is. He snuck in there. Anyway, CMC, I'm still taking him over James, even though I would like to see him bounce back to confirm he is not indeed cooked, but I imagine he's still fine. Kenneth Walker, not over James Cook. Not gonna lie, he was originally on the top 10 most overrated players list. I just didn't want to make Seattle fans cry. I don't think he's that good anymore at all. Bucky Irving, not right now, but ask me in a year and I probably will. Tony Pollard, no. Brian Robinson Jr., no. And finally, we have Raheem Mostert, who I believe is the starting running back right now for the Raiders anyway, and again, no. He's quick, but that's about it. Also, who is this guy right here? This guy looks like a fat fuck, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Just looked him up. It's Amari Demercado. Honestly, his stats aren't that bad. He just looks like a whale in that picture. However, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my ranking of James Cook versus the world. My math checks out correctly. I see him as about the 9th best running back in the league right now, and again, that ain't worth $15 million a year. That is also going to do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're continuing to survive with me through this off-season content. If you guys did enjoy the video, you already know what to do to show support, and please do it because you know I appreciate any and all help. Would also like to point out I'm not doing a mock draft this year because every year when I do it, I tell people I don't watch college football, then I get yelled at for not knowing what I'm talking about, so there's really no point. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.